Well, hello, and welcome to today's episode of Marjean's Magnificent Tips and Treasures. I have a real treasure here with me today. I have a special guest, and her name is Nanette. And Nanette is here to speak to us about a fairly serious topic that's inflicting a big portion of our society today, and that's post-divorce traumatic syndrome. A great many people are being affected by this, a lot more than I thought, even more than there were 2 weeks ago. So it's growing at a rapid rate. And Nanette has 3 little tips that I think you're going to find very useful if you're going through this. All right, Nanette?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Marjean. I'd like to start tip number one, by saying that we need to move forward with hope as women of America. There are so many things that are placed upon us as women that we're allowed to do, we're not allowed to do, things we're allowed to say, we're not allowed to say. So we need to move forward with hope. Start telling the new story.
That's excellent.
Don't keep on telling the same old story. That will be helpful.
I think that is magnificent advice because the old story gets old for you and for everybody else who hears it. So let's tell it a little differently. If you need to pretend you were never married for a while, that's actually all right. Make some new choices. All right. Number 2 has to do with triggers, paying attention to your triggers and what triggers you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. You can be sitting at your desk at work, feeling good about your life, feeling happy, and then someone might walk by and say something derogatory to you. All of a sudden, you notice your mood has shifted.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. Suddenly you're feeling lonely, perhaps sad, perhaps you begin to feel suicidal. You can say the word, but you notice those triggers.
And I would just like to say that while I think it is appropriate to go ahead and say it, I want to make a point of saying it's never appropriate to do it. That's just one of those things that we don't want to go there. So go ahead and say it, but keep the actions to yourself. That's something that it's not funny, and again, it's not appropriate. So we're just not going to go there. All right? Step number 3.
Step number 3 is being easy on ourselves as women. When it's time and you feel appropriate for you, only you will know, that you want to get out there and start meeting men again, perhaps you want to go to the bar scene. We could maybe talk about that a little bit. Go ahead and take that step, but there are some precautions that I want to precaution you with. The first one would be use a bar name. Don't ever tell a guy your real name. For example, I like to use the name Angel. That's my bar name, so that they really don't get that close to me. Get to know me a little bit, but not too much.
I think that particular name also keeps things on a slightly spiritual scale, and that can never be too bad. There's nothing wrong with that, especially at that first meeting. So I think that's an excellent name, and I think bar name is an excellent procedure to follow.
Another thing to be aware of if you do decide to go to a bar, never ever leave your adult beverage unattended. I'm not going to go into detail. We have talked about this together on a personal level for hours and hours on end. But let me just say that much. Never leave your adult beverage, ladies, unattended.
Not for 1 minute, because you never know what somebody's going to try and do. And you never know what their motives are. Their motives could be auditory or monitory or verbal. You never know. So perfunctory. No, it's true. So keep it to yourself again. Oh, thank you so much. We were to the very end. So thanks for joining us on Marjean's Tips and Treasures.